Yeah, hello, welcome to this broadcast. Yeah, what does my contact analysis say? It was his fault. Okay. Yeah, I'm late, like 3 minutes, but that's not really a big deal. Yeah, okay, I hope you had a good Monday so far. And I'm going to start right now with a couple of blitz games. Okay. Some 5-minute chess. Let's see what I can do. Tulkas, who is that? Let me check. Florian Handke. Yeah, that's I don't know him personally, but he played quite a bit not far away from my place. So I'm going to have a BOGO there. What is he doing? Trying to find the book that a certain IM wrote, maybe. Yeah, this is a line that I had on the board last year against Alexander Lenderman. Lenderman played with e4, not with g3. Okay, let's go knight c6. Yeah, Alkfrosh says, good time of day to all of you, is what he's saying. To all of you, my chess friends. Yeah, this is Yarmo's typical way of greeting his audience. I guess it's kind of a trademark. Someone says, can we see a bit of the Benko with an early queen a5? Not sure. I don't really play the Benko. There's a question. Is there a digital version of my book? Yeah, the Everyman Chess will definitely release an ebook. That's wrong. Let me phrase it differently. In something like a chess-based version, yeah, like a CB something file, and this is certainly going to be in the works, but I'm not sure when it is completed. What is definitely available is a Kindle version. Yeah, if you're on Amazon, you can buy the Kindle version, but not yet something in chess-based format. Someone says I should play the Bonk Cloud. No, I won't. I really don't like to play complete bullshit. Yeah, someone says I never play the Grünfeld. That's true. I really don't feel like I know it in any reasonable detail to play it. Okay, I'm going back with that knight. That knight is not doing so much on a6. Maybe rook a3 is a way. Okay, c5 can do that. Yeah, especially, I mean, I'm playing blitz, right? And against very good opponents. And if you play this so-called Bonk Cloud opening, you're just lost, like, immediately. And I don't like to be lost immediately. Here's a question. Am I still selling copies of my book? There's, I just have one left, I think. Really exactly one. Okay, I'm trying to trade stuff to get a decent knight against bad bishop kind of scenario. The bishop on g2 is really not that great. So this. And I'm controlling C and A file, so that cannot be bad. This is kind of what you want in the BOGO. Almost an ideal scenario. Okay, maybe I can get in queen c2 here. Or rook f2. Rook f2 is actually threatened now. Okay, prevented that. So queen c2, is this any good? It's not bad. Just wonder if there's something better. Queen c2 would basically force the queen trade. Takes, rook a1, rook b2, check, rook d8. This is what I'm not liking. He gets to the d6 pawn. Anything better? Okay, maybe this for rook c1 or rook c3. Okay, I'm going rook c1. Queen and knight against queen and bishop is nice. So I don't mind the rook trade. Okay, so he doesn't mind this endgame. Yeah, in this endgame, black is better, but it's not that much. And better because of that d5 pawn. That's a very nice target, but not easy to really get something substantial out of it. I can take it. Okay, I'm going to take it. Yeah, difficult to really go for a win in this position. F5, king f6, knight b6. It's probably a draw. It's probably a draw. He only has that d5 weakness, and that's not enough to play seriously for a win for me. Yeah, take. Is there a way to get to the h3 pawn, maybe? Maybe. Maybe I can do a little something here. Takes, queen, king takes, I'm threatening king e5. And I'm also threatening to go over to h3. Maybe. The problem is that if I move the knight, he has king c4. It's still a draw, not much to do. It's still a draw. Oh. That's surprising. Don't tell me white wants to try to win this position. That would be a bit of a weird idea. Maybe running around with the king. Maybe I underestimated that. Oh, he offered me a draw, actually. Yeah, I think a draw is fair. I cannot really do anything. Yeah, he agreed. Yeah, it looked nice, but I couldn't really get anywhere. Okay, so there have been a couple of comments, I think, or questions. Let's see. There's something. Someone says about my book, the Hübner variation is very complex. Yeah, it is. It really is. There's a question. What do I think about the last World Cup results? Aronian out, Topalov out, Kramnik out, Caruana out. I'm not completely sure against who respectively they went out. I think Kramnik lost to Andrakin, which can happen. I mean, the difference between the two is not that great, especially if it comes to rapid and blitz, and they had a rapid playoff, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I mean, Topalov and Caruana, they didn't really have any pressure in that event because they already qualified for the candidates. And this is not so much about the event itself, but about the qualification spots. So it's really not that important, that tournament, as weird as it sounds, as long as if you are already finished or if you're already qualified for the candidates, it's not really that important. And therefore, I think it's not that. Yeah, Caruana lost. Yeah, Mamedyarov. I mean, that's not also a huge deal. And Svidler is also not a big difference to Topalov. I mean, they can easily happen that Svidler wins against Topalov. Okay, there's a question. How far along with the Jesus de Avia endgame book taken rating as far as endgame knowledge goes? That's an interesting question. If you this is a book about theoretical endgames, like with reduced material, the very basic stuff. And this book is totally enough for very high level, actually. I think up to master level, definitely. And what you need is at one point to also study more strategically focused endgames, and this is what you can do from, let's say, the Endgame Manual by Doretsky or other books. Then you need something in addition, but for theoretical endgames, I think the De La Via book is completely sufficient for a very long time. Yeah, I wonder if he can probably put lots of pressure here on the c4 pawn. Something went wrong here in this in this game. Knight b2 is a big problem. And rook c2 is going to play b5. I really screwed this up quite badly. b5, c5 might still be somewhat okay. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so I'm going to try to complete development now. He just doubles. That's very simple but very effective. Wow, that was a bad game. I cannot keep that pawn. How sick is that? Awful, awful. Some kind of counterplay here, not really. I've got knight b5 now. Maybe I can irritate him a little bit at least. Not really. Yeah, it's just not playable. Okay, bishop b6 is a threat. Yeah, maybe. takes. I can check here first and then take. I don't know if this is any good. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going away here. I just got d4. Wow, what a rotten position. Yeah, the bad thing is that it's all wins. It really all wins. Maybe this one. To try to isolate the c-pawn. If he takes king e3. He's got rook d3. Yeah, it's a loss anyway. Someone asked about my opinion about Vashila Graf. Is he one of the best 5 to 6 players in the world? Not sure. Okay, I can resign that one. That was a really bad game. So what happens? Let's see. I mean, isn't MVL like number 15 or so? Why would he be number 5 in your opinion? I mean, he's very strong, of course, but there are a couple of somewhat better guys. I mean, world number 5, who is that at the moment? Is that like Caruana or somebody? And he's not quite there. No, I never play the Bonk Cloud. Please, really, I've got a good sense of humor. I'm not playing this nonsense. Really don't. Okay, playing Branimir here. We have a red here opening. Okay, bishop a3. I'm going for f6 and e5. However, I think Maxime certainly has a good chance in the World Cup. That really is the case. He's good in blitz and rapid, and why not? It's possible. I don't have a clear favorite in that event, really not. Nakamura, sorry, I have one. Nakamura, of course. Okay, I'm taking the center here in this game. That's nice. There's a question. Someone says he's 12 rated 1250 and loses most of his games due to blunders. Any tips how to play better and stop blundering pieces? Yeah. This is certainly very important. It's as long as you blunder material and do so regularly, it just is almost impossible for you to score points. There are a couple of things that you can do. Someone says do chess puzzles. This is an interesting way to do it. The other thing is just play as many games as you can. Another thing is, what you should try to do is not play quicker time controls. So don't play bullet chess. This is really important. It's completely bonkers if you want to try to improve. Don't play bullet, and don't play quick blitz. Yeah, like you can do like 10-minute games maybe if you want. If you have limited time, but don't do like 3-minute or even if not 5-minute. It's important that you have some time to think. And the most important thing that causes those blunders is things that are not quite coordinated in your position. For example, unprotected pieces, weak squares, and try to make a conscious effort to not have pieces unprotected, squares weak, and so on. Try to get some harmony in your position. Okay, if I'm going for an example, my position here, it's not super great or anything, but notice that the only thing that is kind of undefended here is my queen, and this pawn on b7, so not that much. And on white side, almost everything is kind of defended. And this is not just a case of where you say, okay, as long as it's defended, you cannot blunder it. It's just that the position is much easier to play as long as the pieces are kind of harmoniously working together. And this is the key. So what can I do now? I don't see a clear idea here in this position. Stream shouldn't be down. I think it should be okay. I mean, I can put that knight on c3, but I'm not quite sure what it's doing there. Okay, now I'm attacking the a-pawn at least. Maybe this is what I'm doing. Okay. Over to c6. Attacking b4 twice. But I'm not quite positive what I'm doing here in general terms. Going in that diagonal here. He wants to go knight c4 to d6, I guess. I don't know. Any advice how to avoid getting in time trouble? That's in fact a difficult thing. It's difficult once you get into the habit of spending lots of time to get out of it. One thing that I do recommend is to write down your time, make notes about how much time you spend on each move, and try to figure out where you spend the time on. If it is mostly in the opening, you should really increase your opening study, because it's really not acceptable to have a huge time spent on moves that you could have known. Of course, that doesn't mean that you have to learn everything by heart and so on, but you cannot, let's say, after 10 moves have spent an hour. That shouldn't happen. Yeah, I cannot go e4, unfortunately. I would love to. Wow, he really allows this. It's surprising. Okay. I can cover this. And now, how do you defend d3? I guess you don't. Okay. Knight e5. Some trickery here. Oh, wow. Interesting. Takes rook b6, and then he's got knight e5. Very nice trick. Rook c3 takes a b. Let's do it. I don't have much time. Trying to use my own c-pawn. Okay. What is he going to do then? Rook b6 or what? No, then I'm taking. Anyway, I'm taking this now. Yeah, I can take here. Just promotes. He just promotes. How can I lose this game? I'm such a moron. After this turn of events. No, don't give me that one. Ah, come on. Pfft, what a sick joke. I mean, he's just totally losing. Completely losing. What am I doing here? Rook d3 and then he's got a6. Don't give me that one. That's just amazing. a6. And he is winning after a6, yeah? How lucky can you be? Amazing. I mean, he's just full of weaknesses, this position that he has. I can take on g3, for example, and I just thought, okay, I win anyway. I didn't really look. I can take this, and then knight e5 or what, and he resigns. I thought it wins anyway when a6 white is winning. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Okay. Wow, what a bad streak. I've lost like all of them, right? Okay, so let's do something else there. Go for some sharp line. Victory 7. I don't know that guy. Yeah, this is the Samish variation. Sharp line. Okay. Yeah, he's playing it in the style of Botvinnik Capablanca from the 30s. There's a question. What do you do in a position when you absolutely have no idea of what to do and can't find any decent plans or moves to improve your position? Try to find some prophylactic move or something like that. Yeah, there's someone already writing improve bad pieces. That's not a bad idea at all. If you don't really know what to do, checking your pieces for possible improvement is an idea. Yeah, like if one piece is totally misplaced, you can try to improve that one. That's very often a good idea. The other thing is sometimes we sometimes lose track of what is really essential in a position. Yeah, we do all kinds of things at the same time and we forget what is the most important thing about it. And sometimes this is helping if you for one moment just wait like a moment and think, okay, wait, what is really the most important thing? Is it really that pawn that I'm attacking, or is it rather that his knight is misplaced and he's lacking defenders at the king side? This is often important to just not being so much not sticking to a particular idea, but rather thinking about it again if we really look at the most important thing. Yeah, c4 was bad, and this was especially bad. It's giving me a piece, and I hope a win. I couldn't win a game yet in this session, so I hope this is one win. It really should be. Yeah, he resigned. Okay, that was nice. Grigory Oparin, that's a very strong GM from Russia. That's I never played him, I think. Probably we get a Nimzo. Okay, let's go for the Samish again. It's very risky, not very good, but quite often funny. No, I don't really want to play crazy openings. That's a question. What do I think about turn-based online chess in terms of improvement? Yeah, it's not a bad idea at all. The thing is that very often people are just reproducing what their computers are saying, and this can sometimes happen if you play online. Yeah, this is Grandmaster Oparin. He's really, that's his name, Grigory Oparin. He's one of the most promising Russian junior players. Why not the Grunfeld? Because I'm unable to memorize that opening. And it's not really my style, I think. Okay, this guy already felt like he has to do something drastic to not being stomped to the ground. I have to agree. So, what do we do now? H6, I guess. Wow, that's a very aggressive move. Cool stuff. Okay, I think I can take here first. He has to go king, rook f7. And now, if I take here, and what is he doing? Like, no, e4 is not working. I don't quite get it. I don't quite get it. I really don't think that it works objectively, but right now I don't even understand the idea. Okay, I'm getting rid of this. What now? Queen d2. F3. F3, knight g3, and king to f2. I don't really see a huge attack for him. Pretty safe on f2 actually, it looks like. Let's go here. I mean, the H file is rather my domain here when f6 is hitting. A win would be nice. It's really a strong GM. He's around 2,600. F6 and rook h1 and h7 collapses. Yep. Okay, a couple of bad games, but one really nice win. Okay. Let's see, can we follow up on that? Immortal. Going there. There was someone quoted Tarash, like if you don't, they were basically saying if you don't know what to do, hope that your opponent does something stupid. Yeah, that's sometimes true. I mean, what's definitely something that I like to mention is there is this idea that it's better to have a bad plan than no plan at all, and this is nonsense. It really is nonsense. If you have no plan, yeah, then just do nothing and don't do something stupid. Okay, so we have a queen pawn opening here with white not doing something too aggressive, but it's definitely very solid for him. Queen b3 is something that might happen. Okay, I'm going to liquidate this. Keep it simple for bishop d6 later. Yeah, it's a London with white being a tempo up, but it doesn't matter. That's from Boris Avrook's book, and pretty good line. Especially simple to play. So yeah, I'm trading this bishop now. Okay, let's keep it simple. Take there. Take this. And queen b8. And now up for b5. Yeah, here Mr. Alkfrosch is right. It is a London system with white being a tempo up. But as Avrook said, well, even a tempo up, it's not really any, there's no big threats there. Don't quite get what white is doing. Is he getting an attack here? Maybe with rook e3, g3. As usual, I'm kind of underestimating my opponent's resources. But I have rook F, I have queen f4, right? Rook g3, queen f4 should be okay, I hope. Covering h6. I can go rook f3 for some kind of repetition, but I've got queen d2 maybe. Interesting. What is this? Does he want to get more pieces into the attack? Maybe. There's a question. If my book is supposed to be a complete repertoire against d4, why doesn't it have a line against the Chompovsky? Because it isn't a complete repertoire, and it's not advertised as that. It's complete against d4, c4, let's say, but it's not having the queen pawn openings. d4, c4, knight f3. And the thing is, those are really not that dangerous, and there are books about that. Rook g6 I didn't really appreciate. Nah, not good. That's not good. Yeah, as someone says, you can use beating d4 sidelights by Boris Avrook for the rest. That's true. This is the book that I was referring to earlier. Yeah, now he gets queen takes h6. Blah. Okay, I have f4 maybe. No, he doesn't do that. Doesn't play it. Okay. Not sure why not. I mean, my position is still bad, so he has some leeway. Rook to f7, rook f6. This is helpful if I get it in. I think he could have killed me already somehow. Tja, it's not really fun. cannot move the knight. Queen is also difficult. Queen d6 for rook f8 or something, or queen f8. Queen f8, yeah, that might help. Okay, let's see. Can I get this in? I can get the knight over to d6. Okay, yeah, this is now quite okay, I think. He's got the a-pawn, but I will always have counterplay against his king. h5 is hanging now. Okay, this is kind of brutal, but rook g3, queen f3 wins. Here we go. Very lucky. It was lucky, but he didn't play it well. He just gave me too much play. Okay, let's see. I often mention the book Move First, Think Later. Do you agree with the author on the subject of not evaluation a position first before finding moves? There are many things that are right. Quite often you really see the move first and then kind of find out what's the reasoning behind it. It really happens quite often. What is my best draw win in a tournament as per rating of opponent? My best win in a tournament was I won against Grandmaster Michal Gurevich. At the time he was only rated 2595, only because he also was above 2700 at one point. And I basically had the one moment where he was below 2.6. But it was a very nice win. The game is not available anymore. And the best draw in terms of opponent's rating was against Grandmaster Krivorushko from the Ukraine. That was in 2011. I was playing for this trick. It's not working. It's got the check. I was thinking knight d5, but it's not working. I know that only 2595 is referring to Gurevich's usual rating. He usually is above 2.6, so I would have loved to win against someone above 2.6, but at the moment, at this particular moment, he wasn't. And the best draw was Mr. Krivorushko. Yes, he's 2.7 now. In fact, he offered me a draw in a position where I was a lot better, but I didn't really have the guts to continue. It was also because I needed this final international master norm, and the draw was fantastic in that regard, and I didn't want to risk it. Even though the position, as I said, was really crying for being continued. Yeah, let's see this position here. He can put this knight on c4. No, it's probably about equal here. What? I don't believe this. Bishop h7. That wins some material, right? Now this. He's got knight a3 at the end, maybe, but still. It's an exchange. Let's see, do I want to return the exchange here? There's no reason really to do that. I can do this move and then to c5. Yeah, and rook a1. Yeah, that's nice. Should be enough to win. Yeah, he resigned. So I'm getting some wins in. So I only had a really bad start. Okay, so there are a couple of questions. What is the theoretical evaluation of this line? Knight f3, knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, e4, castles. Wait. wait. Can I do this here? No. Examine. So let's do this for real. Someone asks about this here. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually screwed it up immediately. The question was this: e4, castles, f3, c6. What is the theoretical evaluation with a quick d5, e5, and so on? The issue with this line is, I think, bishop d3, after which d5, e5 is not that great. Black usually does this and then h3 and transposes to some e5 based setup. This has been played quite a bit by, I think it is that Kempinski from Poland? I think it's Kempinski. It's playable. Yeah, white is a little bit better as always in the King's Indian, but it's nothing special. And there is another question, and this is this d4, knight f6, c4, e5 takes here, e3. Yes, this is a line that I play. Knight h3, knight bc6, knight f4, bishop b4 check, bishop d2, castles. What should white do now? I took the guy here said he took b4, which isn't best. Yeah, you can just do this. Knight c3 is a good move. You still have knight d5, both of them, and the black bishop here has to trade or move again. So that is really really nice for white. Okay, I'm going for a new game. Okay, I have to. This is a serious one. I'm playing a friend of mine. This is Grandmaster Daniel Hausrath. He's living. This is a duel, yeah, of someone who lives like, I don't know, maybe 5 miles away from me. That's funny. Yeah, he's a Grandmaster with a 2.5 something rating. Okay, do I play it sound and solid? No, let's play it a little bit more interestingly with this. Okay, I'm taking this. There is no match against Olegas. Really not. And I really have no interest in this kind of match. Why would I? I mean, I really avoid to... If there's one person, yeah, that I could set on that no play list, it would really be him. It's just an awful waste of time to play him. I mean, you never get anything interesting on the board, yeah, and he's doing this stupid rook against rook thing, and the games are always, they are never interesting. This is simply the case because he really rarely actually tries to play well. He just tries to win on time every game, and it's just kind of, it always hurts a little bit. Because he doesn't even try to play well. Yeah, he doesn't even try. If he's got the alternative of getting, opposite colors bishops that are dead drawn, yeah, but he's got a minute more on the clock and having something that's better for him, then he does the thing with the opposite colored bishops because he can so easily shuffle around aimlessly. Okay, that's an interesting position, and it's actually quite sharp. Yeah, I can also take twice on d5, which is quite interesting. But this shouldn't be too bad. It gives me that bishop. Interesting. Okay, I'm taking it. Let's not pre-move here. Yeah, there are some tactics here, like bishop f5, rook f5, stuff like that. He's a very good tactical player, I have to be alert there. So c6 maybe, knight b4. Do I have to liquidate this here? I don't know. Come on. That's very, very unassuming, but didn't see anything great. King g7, can go to c6, bishop d8, then rook f6. Maybe this for rook d6. Rook d6, rook e8, or what is he doing there? I can go back to d8. Rook e7 coming. I'm offering a draw here. It's really a dead draw. I mean, white can try if he wants because of his... He's a better player simply, but position is not anything at all. And he's 40 seconds down. Okay, that's okay really. I mean, white has a somewhat, symbolic advantage maybe. So let's see, can I use this somehow here? This kind of pinning situation. Probably not. No. Bishop f5, king f6. No. It's also not really doing anything. Yeah, I can go bishop e5 in this position. He has no meaningful check, I believe. Everything is on dark squares. He tries to go around here. Okay, well, everything is protected here. I can try to run all the way there. Maybe this is losing or so. It looks fun. Can I, if I take now there and do d3, is this kind of crazy, or? It's probably is crazy, huh? Cannot take really. Rook d7, rook c6 mate is funny. That's really funny. Rook c6 mate is threatened actually. And that also happens after I take. That's cute. Okay, I probably shouldn't have done that. And many relatively simple ways for a draw, I think. Not quite clear anymore how I'm drawing this. Rook f6, rook f5 is an idea. Kind of cute here. I could be Zugzwang. Could be Zugzwang. I Zugzwang myself. This is really crazy. From that dead position. Yeah. Okay, so it was a total bullshit idea to go to c5. Again, I was too ambitious, trying for something, when I can just stay and it's totally dead. Yeah, anyway. That was completely useless. Losing that was stupid, really stupid. Okay. Okay. Let's see. He asked me if he can watch the video later. I said, no, you are on live. Yeah, someone said it's impressive that Olegas can find so many drawing openings and defenses. That is indeed true. That's really, he has made this an art form, yeah, to play the absolute, completely the most lifeless stuff ever. Yeah, he really finds it. That's really amazing. TS Color or something. Yeah, this is probably the final game in this show. Depends how long that is. If it's the same opening. Funny. It's exactly the same opening. Okay. Can you take back a draw of an over the board if your opponent thinks so long about that he gets into time trouble? No, you cannot. If you offer a draw, that draw offer stands. Yeah, it absolutely stands. As long as the other guy has not made a move he can accept. Okay, I'm trying to be quick here. I have some doubts about the quality of this, I have to be perfectly honest. but maybe I'm threatening e4 in this position. No, I can go knight e1. It's not a threat really. Let's see what his queen is doing. Okay, can kick this bishop away. Going for knight b4. Knight d5 is somewhat annoying though. It's not really a great position. c5 is a strange move. I'd really like to get rid of that knight on d5. Maybe this. Okay, I managed this, but yeah, that's not... Bah. Knight c6, queen e4 maybe. Hey, you're rated 2000. Huh? Please make some mistake. It's not fair. I'm playing that well. I mean, I'm playing really badly, but still. Yeah, queen e4. I have no good move here. He just completely kills me, this guy. TS color or whatever. Yeah, someone says that how does he get all those liveless positions against the sharp players? Well, some players who really do play sharp stuff, like let's say Nakamura, what they do is they play complete bonkers or bullshit openings against him. A6, A6 on move 1, H6, just some nonsense to get out of common theory, and then they kind of tactically do crazy things to him. He really is a bad score against Nakamura, for example, or a really bad score against Yardbird. This is the crazy thing. I really have no score against Olegas. I mean, I'm losing like every game. And against Yardbird, yeah, Mr. Lowbron, I've got like 50%, and he's got a positive score against Olegas. Very, very easily even. I mean, and the games look like he just wins without any big effort sometimes. Well, I simply cannot do it. I don't know what is happening. I mean, this game, I'm playing totally bad this game. And he sees stuff. Very nice game by this guy. I mean, as I said, I really played bad, but he's punishing it really nicely. I don't think I would have taken that pawn, but it doesn't matter. It's just a complete win. Can take this now. Okay, let's do it. It's really zero counterplay. Queen a1. Queen e1, this is what I'm trying to say. The only thing is he's rather slow. g4, h3 takes. Is there something now? h3 takes. It wasn't really necessary. Takes. If I move the knight, he's got this check there and we win. So I probably have to do this. Here the bishop is hanging on b2. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I take this. He's got queen h4, and he's got queen h4 anyway. So I cannot check here, unfortunately. I have no check. Okay, I have to do this. It's the only move to continue for 1 or 2 moves. So, is there any trick that I can go for? That's if you have to resort to try to win or do something in such a crappy position. Is that good? I have this check now here. Queen g2, g4 check, king back. No, it's probably does win. Okay, probably for anything I need the bishop here. Okay, so he gives me that. Let's take it. g4 check. Is this helping? Probably not. Somehow he's not putting me away. I mean, it's of course winning. Queen h4 mate. Going for the cheapest of the cheap. Almost. I check him and then g4 kind of continues. He's got 8 seconds, 7 seconds. I'm offering a draw here. He really earned some result here. Yeah, okay, he took the draw. It's just the worst game ever. Okay. So someone asked, why am I complaining that Olegas liquidates to a draw from better positions? Why would I be annoyed about that? Because he basically says that he doesn't care about the game of chess. He wants to win on time. This is the only thing. He wants to win, and he doesn't really care if it's a good move or not. He rather plays total bullshit and win on time than trying to really win on position. And this is just crap. This is what it is. This is just not chess. This is just clicking aimlessly around, and I really don't see what the point is. Anyway, there's a question. I'm going to look at this. Someone asks about a particular line. Oops, sorry. C6, this A6. How do I play as black if white doesn't make the mistake of A4 and just throws a couple of moves? I have troubles when I play queen c7 and my opponents are playing rook c1. Yeah, this line is just bad for black. Avoid it. A6 is pretty bad. Why would you play A6? I mean, this line is okay for black, but we rather want to play queen a5, let's say. Oops. Didn't want to move this. Queen a5 is a good move. I have to do this. I'm not really used to that interface. Queen a5 is very playable, or of course still knight there, and queen b6 is also decent. I wouldn't play a6. It's not such a great idea. A4 is indeed a mistake. Yeah, then a5 is nice. You get here, you get here, but a4 will not be played by good players. They will go e4 and just take the center. I don't know. I like the other lines a bit more. I mean, you can do it. It's not like terribly bad. Yeah, the thing is with I don't want to talk about Oleg all the time. Is he's really a good player. He's excellent in technical endgames. It's just that sometimes it would be good if he just says, okay, this is really totally dead and it's useless. It's just useless to shuffle around and just call it a draw. Okay, so do I want one more game? Come on, let's go one more game here. And then that's it. We started a bit late. Yeah, that game is not really running. I was just using it for analysis. Still has the names in there. So one more game. By the way, guys, make sure tomorrow there's a new show starting by John Watson. It's 9 p.m. Central European Time, 3 p.m. East Coast, where you can ask John questions, anything related to chess, opening theory, and whatnot. He's an excellent theoretician. So get your questions ready. Okay, so we have an Alekhines defense here. Interesting. Don't see that too often. I went with e4 for a change. Let's grab some space. But I guess black is used to that. In the Alekhines you often have this kind of position where you are slightly behind in terms of space. Okay, queen d2. I'm not sure if someone is asking stupid questions. The thing is, in the chat, I sometimes overlook it. Simply, it's just too much going on, playing the games and so on. The show is 9 p.m. Central European Time, 1 hour earlier than my show. Yeah, black is... I'm not quite sure what black is doing here. Shuffles around. Let's do this. I know it looks a bit crazy, but if I don't really know what he does. If he does not have b6 or so, I really don't see any idea that black has. Okay, this one. I don't know, knight to b6, is that something? I can also sacrifice on h6. That could be interesting already. I like this knight. It's probably not yet working. Let's gain some more space. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, someone, the guy with the a6 line in the fianchetto, I don't know. I mean, if it was recommended to you by your coach, and as you said, he's a decent player, maybe ask him what to do. I mean, I'm really not an expert. I'm just kind of skeptical about this line. Rook f8, by the way, was a weird decision. Now queen h7 mate looks kind of problematic. I don't really see how he defends it. Rook e8, bishop h7 is also mate. Yeah, that was a nice win and a quick one. Yeah, so nice little bonus game. Yeah, I'm closing this broadcast now. Hope you enjoyed it, and make sure to watch John's show tomorrow. There was a question. I was curious. Someone says he's curious about the tactical versus positional player debate. Is it that a positional player is just a lazy calculator, or the tactician simply lacks patience, has a lots of raw energy, or is there something to the distinction? I don't. Well, let's start with one thing. I'm going to answer that question, of course. The thing positional player, I always find that a bit of a strange word. I try to use strategic and tactical. The strategist just is someone who really tries to. It's a little bit like the strategist is the guy who buys value stocks, yeah, on the stock market. Yeah, he says, okay, I want to have solid values. Yeah, I want to have space. I want to have the bishop pair, something to put in the bank, something for later. Let's say, and he wants to build up of that. He's a builder, and the tactical player quite often wants to do something very dynamic, use the moment, let's say. And very often it comes to one simple thing: choice of openings. Yeah, the kind of openings that lead to a more direct battle, or the kind of openings that give you those long-term values. If you take me, I consider myself to be more of a strategic player. I try to have openings where I have solid values, yeah, something pawns in the center. I'd like to get the bishop pair. I like to get an extra pawn in the center. Those long-term things where I feel like if the game takes a natural course, I'm okay. The tactical player maybe values dynamics higher and would rather give up long-term things for short-term ideas, or for some ideas that are not that apparent yet, but might come later. This is like if you put the stock market idea or reference in. This is the guy who would speculate on something. Yeah, and this guy asked, after the opening, you're really at the mercy of the current position and what's concrete. You have to do what the position demands of you. You really don't have that much of a choice in terms of being very aggressive or doing something long term or so on. I mean, very often it really is something you have to do a certain thing, but the choices are often set pretty early on. I mean, very often, for example, if you have a normal opening like this, if you are a strategist, you probably don't want to play like d4, where it opens up early on. You don't have an extra center pawn. You don't have a dominance in the center. You probably want to play bishop b5 and play something long term, yeah, where you build up on the position. I have no opinion about the global stock market. I'm sorry. I have no idea. I have no idea, really. I'm not an expert at all. When I was working in the bank, I didn't do any stock market analysis. A friend of mine who's doing stock market analysis feels like it is pretty blown up at the moment and it's not really a buying market, but I really cannot tell. And again, a question here by that guy with the positional and tactical players. An experienced player, yeah, it's a choice of opening, really. Yeah, you're trying to get something that you feel is something that you are playing well in. Yeah. Everybody has their preferences. I like to play for a safe king, for example. I choose my opening according to that. I try to not play an opening where my king is notoriously bad, or I don't try to give up the bishop pair if I don't have any clear value from it. While the tactical player maybe does that. You know, let's say an opening like the Chigorin defense of the Queen's Gambit. I could never play that because I have to give up the bishop pair for somewhat unclear compensation. Okay, guys, this is really really over here. This show, I have to close it. There's a question: thoughts about the Petrov? Good opening, and ask tomorrow. Ask John. He's a good opening expert. I'm ending this broadcast now. Thanks, guys, for watching. Till next week. Bye.